Hello, you guys. Hello, everybody. I'm just putting up a post over on the Lily Reads Book Club YouTube channel, and we will get right into book club. How is everybody? Hello. 1 second. Sec. Hello. Okay, you guys, I am sitting here. You guys know I always love to start the book club off with a little chat because I don't get to talk to you guys. I talk to the main YouTube channel as told by Kenya enough. And then I've been over on Patreon every single day last week, and then I'll be back on Patreon on Monday. So if you guys want more Kenya, you guys can literally go over to Patreon and you literally will have 5 videos from last week waiting on you. And I post 2 videos a week every single week on Patreon. And then I'll be back on Patreon tomorrow. So I'm always on Patreon. But you guys, I don't really talk to one-on-one because I try to say I'm going to implement reading sprints over here so I can just come talk to you guys once a week, but it never happens. I can never find, there's always something for me to do and it never happens. So I like to use this time to catch up with you guys. How are you guys? I am trying to present like a normal person, but quite frankly, all I can think about is Beyonce. Beyonce is on the brain. Beyonce is on the mind. You know, it's so funny. I feel like I am a woman who has lived so many different lives. I've lived so many different lives and I've had so many different personalities, whether it be on YouTube, whether it be like I'm on a book channel. Then I used to do commentary on influencers, and then now I really do commentary on just celebrity. I've done so many things in this world, but the thing that has remained consistent in my time on the internet is my love for Beyonce. Beyonce is the thing that has remained consistent. I just love Beyonce, and so I'm sitting here trying to act normal. I will go look at your DM, Sarah. I try to act normal, but I'm not normal. I am so excited for the Cowboy Carter tour. Any of you guys going to the Cowboy Carter tour? Let's discuss the stage. I'll discuss this tomorrow on Patreon. I saw the stage. Okay, first, there was a leak that went, somebody was flying into LAX. And when you fly into LAX, you fly over SoFi Stadium, and they flew in at night. And so Beyonce was rehearsing. So there was a small little picture of the stage. And so that was the first leak. Like we saw, like, oh wow, that's the stage. And then somebody got a bright idea. Somebody, some days I like to think that the Beehive, we have let our, obnoxious ways go. We are not as obnoxious as we were 20 years ago. Even I'm like, we're different now. We are a changed community. We have settled down since Beyonce has settled down. It's not true. All you have to do is wait for tour season, and you will see the Beehive is just as unhinged and crazy as they always been. So last night, so people were already crowding around SoFi before the tour. But like because Beyonce's rehearsing. So people are already in LA, people have traveled. So people have been crowding around the stadium for a couple days trying to get some information. Well, last night, Beyonce actually was doing like a full rehearsal, so it seemed. And so people were crowding around. Beyonce got word that people were crowding around, and she switched to in-ear because all of a sudden, like the lights were still going, but they couldn't hear the music anymore. And Beyonce always does this. Like once she realizes people can hear, she switches to in-ear. So everybody on the stage basically is listening to the music in ear, so you can't hear it. Anyway, so we already got some set list leaks, but then the stage. So somebody got the bright idea that they were going to go get their 4K drone, and they were going to fly their 4K drone over SoFi Stadium. This is the Beehive, you guys. This is why Beyonce doesn't talk to us. They decided they were going to take their 4K drone and they were going to fly it over SoFi Stadium to get a look inside of the stadium, because SoFi Stadium is a stadium where like the roof is sheer, so you can see through it. That if she was doing this any other place, this would not matter. But because she is at SoFi and SoFi has a sheer roof, you can see through it. That's how the person saw coming in from the airport. And so they fly their 4K drone over the entire thing, and they're just doing all of this. And this person is going to jail, by the way. Everyone is talking about how illegal this is, and it is illegal. You cannot just fly drones over people's shit. It even says on the SoFi website that it's completely illegal to do this. And so this person is 100% going to get a knock, knock, knock at the door, and it's going to be the cops. They better hope Beyonce is in a good mood. But Beyonce woke up this morning and posted a picture of her own stage. So I know she's pissed the fuck off. She is pissed the fuck off. She was like, y'all can't wait a day. But you want to know something? Do I feel bad for Beyonce? I don't. But you guys have to understand. Once it gets this close to the tour, I don't give a fuck about leaks. I do not give it. Like maybe a month ago, I would have been on Beyonce's side about leaks. I am not on Beyonce's side about leaks. Yo, when does Beyonce play with us? When does Beyonce come outside and play with us? Like never. So Beyonce, anytime Beyonce come out, what has she come out for? Sacred, she got her hand out. Sir Davis, she got her hand out. You guys, Beyonce still hasn't reckoned with the fact that she fucked up all the Cowboy Carter vinyls. We literally let that go. We let it go that Beyonce promised us 2 exclusive tracks on the Cowboy Carter vinyl that are not there. That are simple. I don't care what she said. It's a blatant lie. It's a blatant lie. She lied to everyone. So then that happened. Also, if you bought the Cowboy Carter vinyl, the one she originally put up for sale, there are songs missing on it. We let that fucking slide. And then number 3, she put the Cowboy Carter art book up for sale back months ago. You guys, they just came this week. I still ain't got mine. I still don't have mine. Okay. They just came this week. So you think I give a fuck that somebody flew a drone over her shit? Like she can eat it. We eat so much bullshit for Beyonce. We eat so much bullshit for Beyonce. Should we also discuss the fact that Beyonce played in our face with that Cowboy Carter pre-sale? The Cowboy Carter pre-sale had dynamic pricing, and them prices went through the roof. And then she started adding shows. So if you were someone who bought tickets for like the LA show tonight, you could have got those tickets like a couple $100s cheaper because she ended up adding 3 fucking dates. She ended up adding 3 days. So if you bought tickets like that first day, like those tickets obviously aren't worth the same amount of money because she added 3. Beyonce is performing in front of 250,000 people for the next week. Like obviously everybody who wants to go is going to go. So if you randomly got those tickets, you paid too much damn money for them. And guess what? We ate that. So guess what? A day before the show tour, we leaked your stage. You just gonna have to eat. I'm sorry. I'm done playing this game with Beyonce. Beyonce either got her hand out or she doing something real fucking funny. And then another thing, the Cowboy Carter tour books, people's coming broke and torn, but that's just Beyonce.com for you. Like you don't know what. I ain't never had an issue with Beyonce.com, but other people have. And I still ain't got my tour book. I do not know where it's at. And so why would I care? Why would I care that I don't give a fuck about Beyonce leaks because Beyonce don't give a damn about me. The only thing that Beyonce gives us is good food. She gives us good food at the end of the day. Mama Tina, because she's crazy, because she added a bunch of dates. Like if you keep adding, and she doesn't intentionally. The whole point is that Beyonce doesn't want scalpers to make money. Like Beyonce has always done this. She doesn't want scalpers to make money. So she staggers the dates so that they spend all of this money, but then there's more dates and you can go get tickets. She thinks she's helping us. The problem is the Beehive pre-sale. You're not getting helped if you are in the Beehive pre-sale because you're the first people to go get tickets. And then you do that, and 2 days later, she done added 3 more shows. Like, huh? Like I could have really got my bangs. Like, for example, I go to the Atlanta shows, obviously. And I think if you are a Beyonce fan, you should go to the Atlanta shows. Yeah, like Beyonce is doing 4 nights in Atlanta, 5 nights in Atlanta. Like it doesn't make any so like I like the day that I'm going, and I'm going to a couple days, not too much, but like I could have been picky. I know I could have been picky and choosy about where I sat if I just waited. But maybe that's what I get for being so damn fast. So I don't give a fuck what Beyonce gotta say this to. Beyonce ain't giving us nothing this entire time. Y'all, we don't have music videos. You think I care that people are putting a drone over her shit and we don't have music videos? You think I care? You think I now this person who did that, you might go to jail. You really, really, you better hope people at Parkwood are just so bothered and they have so much going on right now that they let you go. Because baby, I fear you not getting into that concert on Monday. I fear you are not getting into that concert on Monday. Not only did the person put up the stuff, but then have their name attached to it and then put their face in the video. They put their face in the video. Yeah, good luck. Yeah, good luck getting into that concert on Monday. If they don't come arrest you before then, you ain't getting into that concert on Monday, baby. And then don't try to delete stuff now. Don't try to delete stuff now, baby. And it's so funny. So at first, when the leak came out, I'm sorry, we're gonna get into book club, I promise, but I know I like to chat. At first, when the leaks came out, everybody in the Beehive was retweeting it. I even retweeted it, and then we was all like, maybe we shouldn't be retweeting this. Maybe we shouldn't have this on. And so everyone started taking it down. Like, no, don't take it down now. So, oh yeah, he's going to jail. He's nervous about going to jail. Like maybe I hope he's fine. I hope he's able to go to the show. He just got excited. And he said it is time to use my 4K drone. Because when the hell else do you need to use a 4K fucking drone? He said this is my time. I got a drone. And he just wanted to get a girl something. And what's so crazy is we was all gagged. Even the people who mad at it, because you have some Beehive who's really sensitive about Beyonce. I fall someplace in the middle. When it comes to sensitivity about Beyonce, but you have people who are really sensitive about Beyonce, like they know that woman. And even they was gagged. They didn't want to be gagged, but even they was gagged by the say, because baby, that stage looks cute. Beyonce is gagging the live. That stage is cunt. It is so good. It is so damn good. It looks like our best stage yet, but keep in mind, we are watching this from an illegal drone up in the sky, so who knows how it's going to actually look in person. So, but it looks gaggy. So we was all gagging last night at 2 a.m. If you wasn't up at 2 a.m. to gag with us, I'm sorry, but we was gagged. Oh no, this is literally why she hates us. This is literally why she hates us. But the thing is, Beyonce has always been this way. Like we've always been like, but she does not like us. She thinks we're literally deranged. And that is what it is. Now I'm gonna leave it here. Mama Tina said Beyonce been there all night. Y'all, Beyonce started rehearsing yesterday, like around like at nighttime. And Mama Tina just posted on Instagram. She stayed there all through the night. She was there all through the night. And then this morning, Mama Tina left and Beyonce was still in there. My mama is working. See, this is why I can only be but so mad. Yeah, the Cowboy Carter vinyls was a fucking mess. Yes, she played with them tickets. Yes, she always got her fucking hands out. And yes, I still ain't got my Cowboy Carter tour book. And then that's another thing. I think the Cowboy Carter books that we getting is the tour book. And that's sketchy. If that's if tomorrow those books are for sale down at the tour, I'm gonna really be mad. And I'm gonna tell her what I know, because there ain't no way you put this on sale and it was just like Cowboy Carter book, and then it's actually the tour book. Beyonce has always given a tour book. Because she's a student of the game, you should always have a tour book. A lot of the girls have lost that recipe. But if it's the same book she was selling online, what the fuck make it a tour book, Beyonce? But I know it is. I know I know that when people go down to the Cowboy Carter tour tomorrow, she's going to be selling that book. And so it's like, what the fuck did we order months ago? Well, why she, and that's what she do. And this is why I say I don't give a damn about no damn drones. Like, girl, please, like she be playing at everybody's face. And the Beehive eats it. Like, that's the thing. That's the one thing I will get a Beehive. They piss me off, but the Beehive eats it every time. Every time Beyonce plays in our face, we talk about it amongst family. We don't never put our dirty laundry in the streets and get, because people already want to drag Beyonce for shit she ain't did. So we know if we give them reason to drag her, they are going to jump on it. So we be talking about it in hushed tones the way she be playing in our fucking face. But if them Cowboy Carter tour books on sale tomorrow, Beyonce, I got something for you. I swear to God, because you played with me for the last time. For the last time. Get him, girl. And as he should. Like, he was playing us through, but the thing, he was just excited. Like, I don't think people know, like, when you love Beyonce the way I love Beyonce, he was just excited and he was being crafty. He was being crafty. But he should have been figuring out what's our new mute challenge, because that's what the Beehive is trying to figure out right now over on Reddit and over on Twitter. What's the new mute challenge? We're trying to figure out how we gonna gag the live like we did during Renaissance. That's what he should have been figuring out instead of playing with fucking drones. But thank you for your service, because I already said over on Patreon I needed pictures of the stage by Sunday, and he took that as a promise. He said, I got you, Kenya. His name is Igor. And he said, thank you, Kenya. I got something for you. And guess what? It was right on my desk. It was right. Somebody DM. The minute it leaked, somebody hit me right in the DMs and said, Kenya, here you go. See, the Hive loves me. The Hive loves me. We do. We don't go. We literally speak in DMs. We literally speak like the Beehive. That's why I say what you want to say about the Beehive. The Beehive is too sensitive. The Beehive is mean, and everything else in between, and all that is true. But the thing is, when it comes to Beyonce, we protect her so much. Like, we talking riddles about this lady. We talking, like, when Beyonce done did something that's so fucking messy and annoying, we talking riddles, and we talking DMs, and we talking hush tones. And the minute it looks like it's getting bigger, like people are getting steam of it, we delete the tweets. We delete the tweets, or we go over on Reddit and we complain about it amongst family. But we not gonna bring our shit to the streets, because we know y'all looking for something to come at Beyonce about, and we not gonna let y'all do it. We not gonna let y'all do it. But anyway, what we are gonna do is talk about the love simulation. We have read The Love Simulation by Etta Easton. In this book, we are following a vice principal, that is, by the name of Brianna. Brianna is a vice principal, and she wants a new library for the school because the library at her school sucks. Well, they get some funding, and she's going to get the library. Everything's great. Everything is amazing. Well, then one day, the principal of the school, he decides that library is not going to happen, girl. It is not going to happen. You are going to get a football field. We are giving you a new football field. And so she's pissed about it. And then somewhere in there is this guy named Roman. Roman is the son of the principal. And she kind of has a crush on Roman, but she don't really like Roman because Roman wants her job. Roman was supposed to be vice principal because his daddy is principal, but Brianna ended up getting the job. So they kind of got beef. And then also, Brianna can't really date nobody at school because she's trying to keep it professional. So she's always keeping everybody at arm's length. Well, one day, one of her co-workers tells her there is a space simulation. There is a simulation to go to like Mars, a Mars simulation. And the winner gets $500,000 for like a cause that they get to use. And then individually, you get $20,000. So he's trying to get a team together so they can use the $500,000 and so they all can get $20,000. And so our girl Brianna's like, I can do this. I can get $20K for me, and then I can get $500,000 for the school, and we can fix up the library. And so that starts the love simulation. Well, somebody drops out of the simulation. They need a team of 5. Somebody drops out. Guess who drops in? Roman. But Brianna is nervous because she's just like, is Roman trying to sabotage us so we don't get the money for the library? What's going on? And that's this book. What are your ratings of this book? I ain't even gonna hold y'all. I'm giving this book 2 stars, but what y'all giving it? I'm not even about to hold y'all here all damn day. This was a 2-star book for me. I come to you guys embarrassed and made a fool of, but I don't even care anymore. Like, hear me go. I don't even care no more because my reading year is so bad. It's not even these books. It's not even the books in this book club that are bad. I read 2-star books every week. Every single week, I'm giving a book to. This isn't even close to the worst book that I read this week. This is not even close to the worst book I read this week. And that should tell you exactly how my reading year is going. I see somebody gave DNF after 6 chapters. I did not care about this damn book. 3. I actually finished it. I'm shocked. Like I said, DNF after 6 chapters. DNF 3. I like the first better. I don't read books. I'm just here for vibes. Average 3, 2.3, because what the fuck was going on? 3, 2. I'm gonna go back to B Darling. I'm about to come back to your comment. DNF 2.75, 1 star. Like, somebody say something nice. The cover is clickbait. Okay. B Darling, I'm about to come back to your comment. Let me make sure I didn't miss nobody. Oh, we have Lola Reeds gave it 4 stars. We have a nice person. The Kiss Countdown was better hands far. You guys, I gave the Kiss Countdown 4.5 stars. So you know I agree. You know I agree. Cover is cute. Okay. Let me see the comment I said I was gonna go back to. 2.3, because what the fuck was going on? The biggest issue with this book is exactly what B Darling said. What the fuck was going on in this book? And I don't mean that in the like, oh, what the fuck is going on? This book is so hard to see the forest through the trees. I get what this book was trying to do. Like us going through these different simulations, trying to solve this, but I didn't get it. It's like that Giselle Bryant meme. Like I was not in my head. Like I get it, but I don't get it. Like I was not in my head. Like, okay, we got to fix the antenna. We got a dust storm. We also in a football field. There's holes in the wall. I was not in my head like, yeah, but the entire time I had no clue what was going on, you guys. I was just like, what am I supposed to do with any of this stuff? And so it was so hard to follow anything that was going on. I was convinced it was written by AI. The thing is about this book. So my first note on this is the writing is bad. This is a poorly written book. And the thing is with the Kiss Countdown, when I first started reading the Kiss Countdown, I also had issues with the writing in some ways. I just think eventually I caught up to it, and then I got on board with it. But everything I had an issue with in the Kiss Countdown comes in this, and I have the exact same issue. Etta Easton has a way of writing that comes across as really, really confusing. Like the sentences don't marry together in the way. And so when she's writing action, because do y'all remember in that there was a scene where she, in the Kiss Countdown, where she went into an apartment and she was looking at the sky and we were all confused about where the hell she was. Whenever Etta Easton is writing people's actions, she's putting too much in it, and it's so hard to follow. It's so hard to follow this character moving to this place and this thing happening over here. It really shows you how writing is a skill, how even the worst books we don't like, the fact that you're able to like visualize them, this person is doing something well, because so much of this book is so hard to visualize. I did not care about anything that was going on with the simulation. And it sucks because I was trying really hard to care, because I liked the idea. So the next thing I said, this book actually has a really promising premise. So at first I was like, how is all this going to, we start off very Abbott Elementary style. We have these two people at the school who obviously like each other. They won't just say they like each other. And so I was in it. And I'm like, eventually we're going to get to space. We're going to get to space and we're going to have ourselves a good time. And so I was just like, I'm ready for it. How's all this going to work? And so when I figured out it was a Mars simulation, I like the setup. Like she needs money, so she's going to go on this simulation. And I was so in it, but like none of it paid off. Number one, the idea of two characters who really like each other being locked away with each other for 6 weeks, shouldn't that make for some great juicy chemistry? These two people like each other. Shouldn't we get all the feelings that you should get when you read a romance book? That's what you're expecting, but that is not what happens once they get in this. Like I said, we get so much stuff about the simulation that we cannot follow, which I don't mind if even in the simulation part we were getting good moments between the two of them. We were not getting good moments between the two of them while they were doing that. So it just all kind of crumbled and it all kind of fizzled away. And then I have a little like question. Why would anyone not sign up for this? This all starts because Jordan says he can't find people to do this. Why would anyone not sign up for this? So you get $20,000 if you complete this. You get these are school teachers. You get $20,000 after 6 weeks to sit in a football field and pretend like you're in space. I would do that right fucking now for $20,000. There's some things I need where I can do with $20,000. So that pissed me off. For some reason, that broke the fourth wall for me. This idea that he's having a hard time getting a team together to go get $20,000 for 6 weeks. And then on top of that, Now, he wasn't mentioning the money first, but why would no one go look into this? Why would no one go look into this? He's the only person here who knows this. He's the only person here who knows about this thing. Why are people not lining up down the street to go do this? And then, when he tells her, she doesn't even want to do it at first either. When he tells her, she doesn't even want to do it at first either. Angie and what's her name, Simone, they complain the entire time too. And that's what was taking me out of this book. All of y'all should be jumping. Everyone's acting like they're being drugged here, that they are being drugged here. And not after 6 weeks, y'all, that is literally more than what? A third of y'all's like salary? And everybody is complaining like they have better fucking things to do. She was going on a cruise and old girl was lying about going to Cancun. Nobody had anything to do. And they are acting like they are being dragged to this similar, like, if they was giving away $20,000 to go to a goddamn football field, people be lined up down the street to go do this. Lined up down the street to go do this. Number two thing that took me out of this book. I don't necessarily see what the principal has an issue with doing the library. Like, the whole idea of this book is that the principal is so against the idea of a library because he dislikes her. There's something about that doesn't seem plausible. It'd be one thing if like he doesn't get the money anymore for the football field and then she gets her library. But like, why the hell would he care about the library? Like, if you gonna go do a simulation to go get $500,000, which number two, do you need $500,000 fucking dollars to build a library in a school? Like, there was just so many things about the plausibility of all of this that for some reason I couldn't see through. I'm like, this is a lot of money for a school. It is $500,000, right? Thank you. Thank you. And then when I found out everybody doesn't even have to finish, like, so, because at first I was just like, okay, yeah, you don't want to bring the team down, right? You don't want to bring the team down, so you wouldn't go. That's what I was thinking in my head, because if I know she needs this money for the life, because Kenya probably would quit the minute they want me to eat some like dried up food. I probably would eventually quit, and I get motion sickness, and so all of this probably wouldn't work for me. The simulation being it, I probably would quit. So I wouldn't sign up because I would bring the team down, and y'all probably really want this money. But this idea that you can quit any goddamn time and everybody else just gets to keep on going, duh, I would go. Like, what is there to lose? And so that's another thing that took me out of this. And then when they got into the thing, I was just like, okay, so this is going to be hard though. Like, I don't want to do nothing hard. Like, it is summer break. I don't want to do nothing hard. Nothing they were doing seemed all that hard. Like, they were just solving puzzles all goddamn day. And it's just like, whatever. Well, they have 6 weeks to do it and they have nothing else to do. They have nothing else to do. So who cares? Like, that's like, it took me out of this, that it was just this idea that everybody was being forced to do this. Nobody wanted to be here. Old girl didn't even want to do it until she thought about the library. And I'm just like, this actually sounds kind of fun. This actually sounds kind of fun. So I was just like, okay. Exactly. Thank you. Exactly. Thank you. I was literally sitting here. I'm just like, he doesn't lose anything by you getting this library. So when the conflict of this book turns into he sent Roman to sabotage me, it never seemed like this man actually dislikes you. That's another thing. Like, there was no real evidence before they go into the simulation that the principal actually dislikes her. He just, you have a job that he wants to give us his son. That is it. There was never anything that's just like, he really don't like your ass and he wants you to like you right in hell. Like, he's a dude and he's annoying and he wants to give a football field. That's simply it. But like, why would he care that you're going on this simulation and then it's going to give the superintendent is down at the school and what's bad? Mind you, his football field got approved by the superintendent. It'd be one thing if he was going behind the superintendent's back to do the football field, so you're making him look bad. The football field got approved by the superintendent. There's no, I'm confused where the conflict is in all of this. So like, that part like blew me, because I'm just like, why does he send Roman? Like, why does he actually want Roman to sabotage this? But let's move on to the next thing. Let's talk about the romance. Hey, I want everyone to go stare at the nearest wall to them. Just stare at it for 5 seconds. And that's Roman. That is Roman. Roman is literally just staring at a wall. Roman is not a real person. Roman doesn't have any real character traits. Roman, I couldn't even envision Roman. That's how much Roman is just not a factor in any of this book. I couldn't even imagine the guy. Couldn't even imagine him. Like every time there would be a scene like he has his shirt off or he's doing, I'm just like, great. Great. I do like he was just such a nothing burger, just one big nothing burger. And so that just made the book like uninteresting from jump. I was expecting a moment like we really get to know who Roman is as a person. We get to know like what Roman like. You don't. He's just there. No romance, no chemistry between these two characters. It's just nothing's there. And so when they get that moment where he's just like, I want to date you, what? When did that happen? When did I literally was like, now hold up. When the hell did you even establish? And maybe this is one of those things where Roman should have had a POV chapter. Because the one thing I do appreciate about this book is this book knew when to close it out. This book doesn't even hit 300 pages, and we thank God for that. But like, I was just like, when did you start liking? Like, when did all of a sudden it's just like, I like you this whole, we never got that. It'd be one thing if like when we was back at Abbott Elementary, he was like flirting with her. He wasn't, or even in the simulation where he was flirting with her. So guess what? I became Team Jordan. I became Team Jordan because she had more chemistry with Jordan. So when the only time he cared about her is when Angie says, I think you and Jordan should be together. And I said, me too, girl, because what the, and then he ducks his head out and he's just like, so you like Jordan? You're not showing me no feelings. There was just no moment of these two people really gravitating towards each other, really showing like showing that they like one another. It just never was there. It never came. So I just really didn't understand Roman as a character. I didn't like Roman as a character. They tried to shoot like everything just felt like shoehorned in, very phoned in as well. Like, oh, I don't like my daddy. My daddy wants me to get another job. My dad wants me to be principal. You're not doing anything else. You guys, I have zero sympathy for people who aren't doing anything fucking else and their parents want them to get a job down at the family company, want them to go work the steel mill. I don't give a good goddamn. You need to figure something out. What are you doing? What are you doing with your life? So like, I'm with daddy. You do need to make something goddamn shake. And then all of a sudden he has mommy issues. He has daddy issues. So we get a backstory on all of that stuff. I'm just like, this is boring. This is boring. It gets to the point where I don't even want to see them have sex. I don't do any of that. Now, I will say, if Kenya can beat you down, Kenya can pull you back up. I eventually did find the like the group, the band, everybody inside the simulation. I did eventually kind of find them all fun. And I also like the idea of people getting eliminated from the simulation. I actually thought that was really, really clever and really, really fun. I put in my notes, anybody else writing this book, or maybe this author writing this book again, like trying again, there's something really fun and interesting to all of this. So I actually like this like found family, like she was attempting a found family sort of thing. And eventually my heart is not made of stone. Eventually I did warm up to this. I really liked Jordan. I actually liked Angie. I actually liked the side characters. I said in my notes that the writing just should have been more clever. Nobody says anything funny. Nobody says anything interesting. No one says anything that just has you like, wow, these people should be together. Roman and Brianna just say the same shit to each other all the goddamn time. It's so funny. Whenever her brother Vincent came into the book, I immediately wanted to go back to the Kiss Countdown. I was just like, oh, remember good romance books? Remember when you made a good romance book? Every time they were in that, I'm like, what are they up to? I wanted to flip the screen and say, what are they up to? Let's move on. We about to get into how everything goes down in the simulation, because this is actually my biggest issue with the book. But before we get to that, let me whack Brianna really quick. Brianna's issues also don't make sense. Just because I said Roman is paint drying, that does not mean that Brianna is any more interesting, because Brianna isn't any more interesting. Brianna says that she's not living up to her family's expectations. What's wrong with Brianna? Like this, usually I can find a problem with any character in a book. There's actually nothing wrong with Brianna, to the point that when Brianna resigns at the end of this book, that's actually when I think she's off her fucking rocker. Like, why are you giving up a good job to go do fucking what? To go do what? To start a foundation? Like, girl, knock it off. Like, I hate the heal the world Michael Jackson. I hate when we start getting into that. Like, girl, stay at your good job. Like, she's sitting here talking about everybody has this going on and this going on and this like, girl, you a vice principal. Nobody sees somebody who says, hey, I'm a vice principal at a school, and everyone thinks, huh, you bum. Like, no one thinks that. No one thinks that you are a bum. Her sister isn't doing all that much better. And like, yeah, your brother's an astronaut. That's cool in name. Like, it's great. Like, whatever. But like, no, all of you guys are successful adults. Like, what are we doing here? So whenever she was talking about some, like, I have to be professional and I can't lose this job and I can't go to a different job, and I used to be a teacher and so I moved up to a principal. Like, you're actually doing well for yourself. You know, you're one rung away from becoming a principal. You are one rung away from becoming a principal, and nobody would say that being a principal makes you a bum. Like, even if I believe that if I believe being a school teacher is a bum, being a vice principal is a bum, nobody on this earth believes being a principal makes you a bum. So what? No job that you have had is bad. No job that you have had is bad. And then she's like, all I have is a dog. Vincent don't got no kids either. Like, what this like midlife, this quarter life crisis that she is going through makes no sense. It makes no sense at all. And I had zero tolerance for it. I had zero tolerance for any of it. She's a vice principal. She's a vice principal, huh? People retire as a vice principal. Like, being a vice principal is a good job. Like, what are we doing here? Like, that was it. And that was a little too pick me from you. You don't got a man, you don't got a child, so you're a fuck up. Like, what? Like, is this what we doing? And so any of her complaints I thought was stupid. And so in the end, when she resigned for her job, that's when I would have looked at you crazy if I was everybody in your family. You left your good job for what? You left your good job to do who? Like, girl, go back into simulation and come out with something else. Because no, thank you. And then you can't volunteer down with the kids. That's why I don't understand. Why does this have to become a career thing? You literally give your life to kids being a vice principal. That's not enough. That's not enough. Like, I know it was just so stupid the way, and I'm just like, resign. Like, she would like, it was just trying to force a square into a circle, and I didn't like it. But another thing I did not like, and this is where we actually kind of get into some ambiguous, like, morality issues. I think Roman is morally corrupt. So let me tell you guys how this book ends for the people who don't read it. So Brianna has the idea that Roman is sabotaging her. When they go in there, she thinks that's why he's there, right? And so Roman says, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Come to find out, yes, he is. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Roman was sent in there by his daddy to sabotage the entire mission. And she finds out. She ends up locking him out of the mission so he dies. So you can die in the simulation if you're like get exposed to like the Mars air. I actually found that nice, by the way. That's a plot point I actually found good. And so she locks him out and he loses the game. So we'll get on that in a second. But let's start with Roman. You guys, Brianna doesn't find out that Roman is lying till after they have sex. And this is where I don't want to use words that you shouldn't use, but something about this is predatory. Something about this is predatory. What do we say about someone having sex with you under the pretense that you are a certain type of person? It's no different than when someone has kids, like they're lying about having kids, and you guys end up having sex and you get pregnant, and then all of a sudden they're just like, hey, so I didn't tell you, I got a whole family across town. You were preyed on, lied on, and I think this person is kind of sexually abused you. Like, you had sex with this person under false pretenses and they intentionally led you astray. Would you have had sex with this person knowing these things about this person? That's how I feel Roman is in this book. Does Brianna have sex with Roman knowing that Roman is the type of person who would try to sabotage someone who wants to get a library for a bunch of underprivileged kids? Would she have done that? And this is why this is all of a sudden Kenya gets woke. This is why I think we as a society have to have a real conversation about people who lie. People who lie to their partners. Like, it's not simply, ooh, you got duped. No, we have to have a conversation how people sexually prey on people through lies. And then when someone gets lied to, we say to them, like, you should have known better, you dummy. Oh, no. That is not how I feel. I think people are being sexually assaulted. Kenya, boom, I'm gavel going down. Sexually assaulted. You have been sexually assaulted because you would not have had sex with this person knowing these things. No, you wouldn't. I would hope Brianna would not have had sex with him knowing he's a fucking liar. He lied straight to her face, straight to her damn face. So they have had sex multiple times in this book. She finds out he's a liar and he's just like, forgive me. No, you're weird. You're really, really weird because, like, why not confess before we have? Let me tell you now. I'm in here for the wrong reasons. I'm in here for the wrong, and then decide that. But you didn't do that for a reason. You didn't do it for a reason. That you did not do it for a reason. And so that's what completely turned me off this book. A part of me, because I found the simulation idea really cute, was going to give this book 3 stars. I was, because I'm a nice person. And the kiss countdown has great favor with me. But once it got to that part, there's something about that made me severely uncomfortable. I was like, something about this isn't right. Somebody just said in here that he lied straight to her face. Yes, he did. He had plenty of times to come clean with all of this. Like, no one gives a fuck anymore. They would have locked him out and they would have killed him. They would have literally just pushed him out the little rocket ship and they would have just killed him, and that would have been the breaks, and that's it. They would have never been able to have sex, right? If he just comes clean and then they all just, jump him and get him kicked out of simulation. No, he holds the information as long as he can, and then he doesn't confess. The nigga gets caught. He gets caught in the lie. Where is this person a good person? Where is this person? I don't like it. Because he's a bad person. Like, this book doesn't prove to me that he is not a horrible human being. Like, he's not a good person. That's exactly why he has several times to come. I'm so against no, you're just doing it because who gives a fuck? Like, whatever. You have nothing else to do this summer. Thank you. I thought I was losing my mind. I think she was sexually preyed on. No, I think when you have sex with someone under false pretenses, and I mean within like a blatant lie, like if someone knows that you would not have sex with them if you have certain information. Like I said, if I have a whole family across the way, would you have sex with me if you knew I had a whole family across the way? No, you wouldn't. So I keep that information from you to deceive you, so you have sex with me. How does that not make you a sexual predator? How does it not? That's what it does. And that's why as a society, we have to have conversation about lies that people tell people, because lies are dangerous, okay? And tricking people's mind and manipulating people is not okay, especially when we are talking about sex. And why is this okay? Number 2 thing about this, Brianna also get some lashings because, like, who the fuck would have sex with somebody on a spaceship knowing that there's cameras somewhere around? She don't know if there's cameras in that room. Now they tell her all the blind spots before she come in. Like, there's not cameras in there. There's not cameras in there. Baby, people lie every single day. And maybe they didn't even mean to lie to you. You don't know where there's cameras. Why would she have sex with somebody in this simulation? Talking about something like, ooh, I gotta keep a professional distance from people. And the minute she can have sex with him, who would do that? No sane human being would ever do that. You do not know where these cameras actually are. So to the entire public, because by the way, you guys, people can watch the feed. People are watching the feed. Who knows if somebody slipped the camera in here and you have nothing and you just got a whole sex tape out, you fucking freakazoid. Like, come on. No, I thought that was insane. So on the other side of that, Brianna, you should never have sex with some man. First of all, you don't know this man. You really don't. That's how you ended up getting duped. And then 2, there could have been cameras in there. So she could have been like, ooh, I forgot to tell y'all, we got cameras in the quarters. Oops. And then you're going to get out and be like, why didn't you tell me? Because I didn't know you was going to have sex in there. Like, it didn't cross my mind. The same way when it comes to Jordan, it didn't cross his mind to tell people that they could win $20,000 if they came. I forgot the cameras was in the quarters. Like, they have a lot going on. And what if all of a sudden to the entire world, you got a sex tape? Like, I was just like, that was stupid anyways. Like, what? But she won't dance in front of the camera. She won't dance. And Brianna pissed me the fuck off. But then someone brought up that Roman got kicked out of the simulation. On the other side of this, why was everybody acting like $20,000 was not a lot of money? I felt like this book was calling me broke. I felt like this book was calling me broke the entire time. People was not upset enough for me for losing $20,000. So you guys, the whole team, only one person from the team has to finish all the tasks for you to get all the money, like the prize money that has to go towards a cause. But just coming in the simulation and finishing, you get $20,000. Everybody was getting eliminated, and it was just like, them the breaks, bitch. Do you know what I would do with 20,000 free dollars that I barely had to work for? That is a month and 2 weeks of work, and I'm getting $20,000. I felt like I was the only one who needs $20,000. So I'm like, nobody needs $20,000. Nobody needs $20,000. So when she kicks Roman out, and they only have like 2 days left in the simulation, if I was Roman, she would have had to come see about me. She would have had to come see about me in the end of this. You can be mad at me after we finish, because now I'm gonna finish up. I'm gonna finish up the thing. You could have saw, you are 3 days before this is all over. You kicked me out 2 days, and I could have had $20,000, but nobody cares. Nobody cares. Everybody's getting kicked out, and nobody cares. When all this is said and done, I would have been pissed at Brianna. She's the only one who gets to. No. Thank you. Don't give a shit. Bitch, cover me in every bug you want to for $20,000 for 6 weeks of work. Everybody was just like, it doesn't. Jordan, I understood. Jordan's whole point is that he just wanted to do this. So his reasons, whatever. But everybody else just being like, la-da-da, la-da-da, oop, I'm out. See you guys on the other side. The fuck? Like, no, nobody cared. Nobody cared. And I was just like, what? I know, and then the live stream never even actually matters to anything. I thought the live stream was going to matter more than the live stream actually ended up mattering. I said, this is stupid. That's another thing I put in my notes. Now we're in my notes section. Another thing I put in my notes is that we get to like the halfway point of the book, and Roman and Brianna have hardly had any connection to each other whatsoever. That's why when all of a sudden he's like, I want to date you. It's just like, for what? What exactly do you want to date me for? We literally have done nothing together. We've literally talked about nothing. I don't get it. Thank you. She was not professional at all. She was not professional. At the minute she could drop them draws, she was dropping them draws. I'm just like, okay, girl. It kind of comes now that when you say everything out loud, she comes across as pathetic. She comes across as real, like, you want a man bad, girl. You want a man bad, girl. Because like it didn't take much. He a lying, scheming, cheating ass nigga. And you was just over there like, this my man. Should we get into the fact that he asked her to marry her at the end? He asked her to marry him at the end. Should we get into that talk? I was dragging myself to the epilogue anyway. And so I said, oh my gosh, can this book end? And then finally it does end, and they're getting married. The two most boring people in the world are getting married because, okay, sure. And lost 20K. You guys, the 20K was the part that was killing me. They was over here so kumbaya. I'm so fucking bored. Like I was sitting here like, you guys, I am literally running through my head right now what I would buy with 20K. It'll be a bunch of nonsense. There's so much. There's a Cartier necklace I have been wanting for like 2 years. That's $2,000. I would fucking go buy. I would pay off my car maybe. There's just the books I could buy, the furniture I could buy. I would pay somebody to paint my house. I want to get my cabinets painted. Like, this is all what 20K can buy me. And you mean I just have to sit in a fucking simulation for 6 weeks? All I have to do is sit in a fucking simulation. Now, if I have to work for the 20K, it'd be one thing. But like, I have to sit in a simulation for 6 weeks while we do a bunch of stupid tasks that don't mean anything. And the fact that I have nothing to do for the 6 weeks means that I'll do the dumb task just to have something to goddamn do. The worst part about it is the food. But I like oatmeal. So I'll just be eating oatmeal for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And like shit. And then I leave skinny. I'll leave skinny. Like at the end of the day, I'm going to leave skinny body tea. A little relay you should get away from your phone sometimes. So my mental health is going to be in check because I've turned off my screens. I've done some puzzles, made a couple friends, and I'm leaving here with 20K in the school, get a library. Like, this is a good 6 weeks well spent to me. Like, I'm trying to figure out like what the bad part about any of this is. But everybody's sitting here just like, oh, I don't need 20K. I'd rather be in Cancun. I should have went on my cruise. I didn't even want to be in here anyway. My daddy made me go. Like, what? I felt broke. I felt so broke. I'm just like, so nobody needs 20K. Maybe if it was like 5K, okay. There's some things Ken wouldn't do for 5K. There ain't too much for 6 weeks I wouldn't do for 20K real quick. A real quick 20K? Come on, y'all too rich for me. Girl, they end up getting engaged at the end. Like, okay. Lock in. That's so funny. When she got out, I was like, she didn't give a fuck about none of that shit she said to her kids. Can you imagine your mama talking about she gonna take you on a vacation? She gonna put money in y'all college fund. That's how I thought she was gonna finish it, because she had all these dreams for what she was gonna do for her kids. She's like, I'm gonna take them on a vacation. They don't never get to go nowhere. I'm gonna put a little money in a college fund. Like, I need this. And all it took was a little bit of something and you out. If mama would have came home early, I look at my mama like, you fucking pathetic. You are fucking pathetic, mama. Like 20K? 20K and all you, first of all, you already been gone 3 fucking weeks. That's the thing. The longer the simulation kept going, they've been gone for so damn long. Like, just see it all the way through. The only reason why I would think like it would fail is because like Kenya can't figure out the puzzles. I'm not one for riddles. I don't like escape rooms. That's not my thing. I like a puzzle. Like, I like a stationary puzzle. Y'all know that. But I don't like escape rooms. I don't like solve this riddle, do these clues. That's not my thing. So, like, I would fail just because I don't know how to do this shit. But like I said, I have nothing but time. So I'll eventually figure it out. Like, it ain't that. So the more the time kept, I'm like, y'all are not serious people. Y'all not serious people. Head over heels, so in fucking love. And we didn't get to see none of the moments. We didn't get to see none of the moments where they fall in love with each other. And so I'm just like, I put in my notes, marriage, I guess. Whatever you say. Overall, this one wasn't it for us. This one wasn't it for us. And that's okay. That's okay. My reading year is so bad that it don't even matter. It don't even matter. I'm reading bad books just to say I read bad books. And whatever. I don't care. Beyonce's coming tomorrow. So that's why I'm just like, whatever. Then be the breaks. Anyways, thank you guys for joining me. The next one we're going to read is A Little Business Between Friends. Is that the name? Between Friends and Lovers? Did I just come up with 2 different titles? It's Between Friends and Lovers. That's the book we're going to read next. I'll bring it up in another time. And I will see you guys then. Peace and happy April.